Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 4 of Historical Oddities, and today we're going to be talking about something that's not part of World War II for a change. Instead, we're looking at a piece of early 20th century Americana, a relic of a bygone era. Something that I own and currently have on my wall as it isn't usable in its current state, or at least I don't believe it is. Today we're looking at the Hamilton number 27 Boys Rifle. Now, guns made explicitly for children are still a thing today. Generally speaking, the only real differences between a youth rifle and a normal rifle is the overall size is much smaller, and typically it's chambered in 22 caliber. Of course, you really don't want to give a child a gun chambered in 45-70, so it's always something small caliber to get the kid interested in and familiar with handling a gun. Back in the early 1900s, this is where something like the Hamilton number 27 comes in. Of course, the gun culture and culture in general in America today is much different than it was 100 years ago. I won't be bringing my own political perspectives on this issue to this video. The topic of shifting gun culture and whether it's good or bad is another topic for another day. But for the Hamilton number 27 back in the early 1900s, it was presented as a way to bring up a boy the quote unquote right way and bring him up to be a man. You can see this in some of the advertising at the time, which reads, "Make your son a regular boy, teach him how to shoot, encourage his early knowledge of the sport of hunting so that here, too, he will be at home among his fellows. And remember also that manliness, courage, and strength comes as a result of knowledge and experience." There's quite a big tonal difference between advertising then and now. So, according to the advertisement, a way to make your son, quote, regular was to buy one of their guns. When they received the gun, this is what they got. Chambered in 22 caliber, made of wood and stamped sheet metal with a brass-lined barrel, the Hamilton number 27 came in two different forms, the 27 and the O27. As far as I can tell, the only real difference is that the O27 has a metal plate on the stock, which you can see here. It was a single shot break barrel rifle, with the break being opened by this little lever on the right side. A 22 cartridge would be inserted, the break relatched, then you would cock the hammer and fire, as shown here. The gun could be easily disassembled with the removal of this single screw here. As you can rather clearly see, this gun was intended to be incredibly simple and bare bones. And yes, that was the point. This was intended to be a cheap to make, cheap to buy gun. Depending on the year, as this gun was around from about 1907 to after the Great Depression, the Hamilton number 27 would sell for somewhere between $1 and $3 brand new. So if we adjust for inflation for, let's say, January 1918, and this gun sold for, let's say, $2, that's the equivalent of $40.16 in January 2022. Rather cheap for a gun. So cheap, in fact, that they were given out as prizes for advertising products, as seen in this advert, and even given out at random in big bags of seed corn, which has led to the Hamilton number 27 being nicknamed the seed corn gun. As you can see in the photos of the one that I own, Hamilton number 27s are often not in great condition anymore. Since it was made so cheaply, a good number of existing Hamilton number 27s have significant pitting on the metal and damaged wood. Unfortunately, the one that I own is likely not in good enough condition to fire, and I really don't even want to try, even if it is. But in all honesty, I'm fine with that, and I kind of knew that before buying it. And I'm fine with that because I see the Hamilton number 27 less as a gun and more as a relic from a bygone era of America. A relic from a time where we had different social standards and people put much more emphasis on what we view as more traditionalist ideas of society. After all, when we think of traditionalism today, we think of eras like the one the Hamilton number 27 was a part of and helped form. The Hamilton number 27 wasn't an oddity back in its day, but it is now. It's emblematic of how society has changed and evolved, how things that were once common and well accepted now seem bizarre. The very concept of a company mass producing guns to give away to kids like you would the toys in a box of cereal or Cracker Jacks would be a foreign concept in today's society. And I think that because of that, the Hamilton number 27 and guns like it from its era are historical oddities in today's world. Alright, and that's the video. A little bit of a different vibe in this one, I felt. And hey, now you know what my hands look like. Lucky you. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell. Check out the other videos in this series. Maybe you'll enjoy them. Maybe you won't. I don't know, I'm not you. I hope you tune in for the next installment of Historical Oddities, and I hope you learned something in this one. Alright, see ya.